Hello, children of the night, and welcome to Tarot Nights with the Hanged Empress. Here we do shadow work following the moon.
Yo, VI, play the beat.
Well, hey there, kids, and welcome to Scorpio Nu Moon. We did things a little bit differently this time, and we kind of did a pre-shuffle energy with the Pagan Tarot cards, and I mean, they all just kind of fell out, and all of the situations kind of led me in other directions and kind of directed and forced me into this position. So here we are, and here we sit. We took our time and we really examined. I didn't want to toss this spread aside regardless, because at the very top of our opener, we were starting off with that Eight of Pentacles and an Ace of Pentacles, and I knew this was us. This was our time. This is what we were getting into. So let's get into it. Let's just dive right in. Scorpio energy needs no introduction today, I guess. Sounds cool. It'll all unfold as it shall be told. Okay, cool. So with the 8 and the Ace, I'm very particularly attached to this phone call. There is some kind of exchange, communication exchange, that is very important to this new beginning, to this new pentacle cycle. It's giving me that spring energy in this deep fall. It's very interesting scope and position to be in. But yes, there's something in a phone call or an exchange that is going to bring some light back into our goals and our material accumulations. Again, there's something to be claimed, something that we want to hold. We're almost drawing it out with our hands as we're talking about this, and it's creating this new opportunity. So heed a call, accept a position. There's something that you intentionally have been moving towards, and that thing is your target. I wouldn't accept anything less. I would be very about business when it comes to this exchange. Most certainly, remember your negotiation skills. Remember everything that you have learned and all of your judgments and decisions that we have and conclusions we came to through Libra season, because now is the time to start carrying those things out and beginning these new transformations. This gives me spring, but even moving into the fall and into the winter, there's that transition period. And in that transition period, I'm going to feel a little bit lost in the dark, a little lost in space. I'm going to feel a little new, a little shaky, a little unsure about what it is that we're doing. But it's so filled with a wonder and excitement. We have enough wherewithal to know kind of sort of what it is, that we want and kind of sort of how it's going to look. And we don't really know what the ultimate outcome is going to be just yet, because this is the opening ceremony. This is the beginning of the transformation. I kind of want to take a break and split down into these cards. Technically, these ones came out first, but I had to call out that Eight of Pentacles energy first to initiate and get our train on the tracks. But this was our opening statement. And each card unfolded as so, with the Six of Swords, the Ten of Cups, and the Elder of Pentacles. The Elder of Pentacles. So what I got out of this was, out of destruction, out of some sort of loss, severance, or removal, that movement, there's a reunion of energy. It's almost as if this house, this home that is aflame, was the very thing that was keeping us trapped. Because with the Elder of Pentacles, the revelation is that that home was never our kingdom. Our kingdom is out in the forest, in the nature, in the movement of things. We are not just one place. We are not just one character. We are not just one role. Though we play a particular part in a larger unit, we ourselves also are this larger unit in this Ten of Chalices. And our true kingdom is in the wild. It's everywhere that we go. It's how we carry ourselves. There is an achievement of maturity and understanding that comes with this. So whatever station or place that we find ourselves in that is challenging or struggle, the removal of that thing is what will open up the network and the flow, and open our eyes to the awareness of how truly powerful and in control of our own lives we really are, once you can get yourself into that space where you can recognize your own abundance, your own gifts, your own talents, and know what it is that you want to do with them. And that's why we had to take a stop. We had to go through this process of, this is all so new, this is all so confusing after this major setback. Who am I? What am I doing here? How do I get what I want out of life? And as soon as we cut those ties, release ourselves, we're setting ourselves up for success. Now we are setting ourselves up for success. And that's why we're going to come down to the Nine of Pentacles and the Nine of Wands. I thought it was funny that the Nine of Pentacles came before the Nine of Wands, because after the Nine of Wands, here, hold on, I'm getting ahead of myself, we have the rest, the recuperation, that sigh of relief after a long day of getting things done, feeling accomplished, feeling good, feeling satisfied with the work that we've done. Then we have that Nine of Wands energy back again. Let's see if I can get you all the little wizardy characters in there that are helping this couple out, getting them back on the road and on their way, back on their path. But what happens after this couple makes it home, gets to their safe space? All of these same characters are now off in the woods, and they're kind of separating. They're breaking off. They're going their separate ways. And where they are moving, novice? It is a novice. Okay. Is a novice of chalices. So this communal energy, this group, this community, this feels like a charitable organization, even whatever kind of organization of people that are out there doing good, connecting to those individuals and doing that good work while maintaining a sense of detachment. We came together with these people, we did our work, we made our good, and we are going to eventually part ways and go to our own home, our own space, and grow as individuals. Okay. Yeah, let's pull some different cards, actually. That's what I want to do. Come on top of this whole journey, this whole new growth cycle. It is a slow and steady breath, internalization, self, I'm getting fulfillment, worth, but that's not the word that I'm looking for in there. Ritualization. The ritualization of self-care and care for others, and the tide, the turn of such a balance. Those are the true lessons that we're really focusing in on right now. And everything else is the effects of our cause. So those things will always be challenging, though there will always be new little struggles and things to obtain, get over, get through, overcome. There are spaces and places where we can come together and help each other, help others without that cult-like devotion, I guess. Yeah, that's the vibe. That's the energy in the space. Like these people could be viewed as a cult in their spooky robes, but the way that they separate isn't with anger or malice. That's not how I'm feeling about it. It's just we're not really attached. Give us a moment. We keep trying, kids. We keep trying. We keep on moving through it. We'll pull it together. We will. Promise. Okay, so the idea, the concept, the goal that we are reaching for here is that sense of community without the attachments and implications of a cult-like mentality, where individuality is truly respected, and we don't have to come together for every single gathering in order to still be family, still be community. It's okay to have your own thing going on and to come by when it's your time, to assist when you have the right tools and energy to apply. And when you don't, that's okay too, because there's that respect of you do what's best for you and yours, because what's best for you and yours is best for all of us. Seven of Cups fell to the floor. Seven of Swords peeking at me from the bottom. Feels like a trap. This feels like a trap. This is what we're trying to make. Is this what's going to happen here? If we go in blind, in the dark, there is plenty of opportunity to be taken advantage of, and that's why we warn about cult mentality, because it's not just what the overall conception of cults are. The occult behavior is a manipulation of very normal human behavior that we practice every day, and it can easily go too far dark and become this King of Pentacles in reverse, domineering, controlling, overruling kind of thing, where you're with us or you're against us. If you don't show up to every meeting, then you are a heathen. Yeah, it's a lack of consideration for the need of others to care for themselves and think for themselves and determine for themselves. There's an impatience in this energy here. Like the tree. It's like the tree. I haven't actually finished that little video yet, but this there's this tall dead tree that I drive past on my way to work, and throughout the summer there were these vines that were growing really lush and full on this dead tree. It looked like the tree was full of leaves, but the leaves were of the vines. The tree itself was dead and presumably hollow and rotting. It kind of looked at a certain, like at the peak of summer, it looked like those vines were going to take the tree down with their weight from their life. However, as the seasons had shifted and changed, now all of those vines have died on this tree. All of the youthful attachment to this King of Pentacles, which is the dead hollow tree here, the dark cult leader, as it were, or just the head of this snake. Use it where you see fit. Again, dramatic words, but can be exchanged and utilized in any way. Moving forward. So this dead tree still stands, and all of the youthful vines that attached itself to it have died off. And that is a cycle that you will see in life with these heads of snakes, cult leaders, people in that mentality of domineering and controlling energies. The youthful life that attaches itself to it and gives it its vibrant appearance will be drained and die for seasons. New vines will come, new life, new youth will attach to this dead old tree. And eventually, one day, that tree will be weak enough to be taken down. Unfortunately, as is nature, these things take time, and that tree might stand for a few more seasons, just sapping the life and wearing the youthfulness of the vines around it as a mask to present itself as a live and healthy creature when it is not, in fact, such. But it will be experiencing a very cold and lonely winter. I can't imagine those bare bones will hold much heat. Hello, Knight of Cups. Welcome, welcome. I like that cup energy. Feels like an offering of warm water, a sip of tea on a cold winter's night as we have gone into winter. I kind of want to take this too. It feels like it belongs to me. All right, so we have the Chariot, on the move, falling right over top of this Seven of Cups. My brain kept wanting to say Pentacles. The Seven of Cups. But it feels like we're running out of the night and away from all of these faulty options. There's the Seven of Pentacles. It was under my hand. Like, I feel the Seven of Pentacles. Oh, other hand. Okay. Moving forward. Keep holding this. So anyways, it feels like all of these options in the night have swords attached to them. All of these connections, emotional connections, have caveats and things that could really cut or sting if we attach themselves to it. And the choice and option here seems to be, it's got a little cup right there, to take our own cup and drive off towards the horizon, leaving these potential connections behind. So there might be some leaving people in the dust kinds of energies, especially with attachments and connections that you maybe haven't fully attached to or connected to. So it feels like very early in the getting to know you kind of stage of like, oh, hi, nice to meet you, bye, never gonna see you again kind of thing. And it's not like we have any like reason to believe or know that they're going to do something, but we just feel that fear, and we listen to our instincts and intuitions and like, no, no, I don't think so. I don't think so. So the Page of Cups, the Knight of Wands, the World, and that Seven of Pentacles. There's a youth with a message, and the message is it's not so bad as it seems, which is interesting to have a youthful message because I felt very guided by like an elder energy before. So yeah, I don't know if it's just a youthful perspective or literally somebody like younger to you coming in and saying, it's not so bad. It's not so bad. We can always start again. We can always make something new. It's a very helpful perspective, and I think it's very welcomed. Yeah, that renewal. The little baby hanging out there in that Ten of Cups. Too young to participate, not by much. It's the hopefulness and the advice that we need to get up over the Seven of Pentacles and acknowledge like what we have gained, what we have grown, and most importantly, what we have learned from our failures. And those are all of the things that contribute to your intuition and your decision making skills being more more true, more correct, more accurate. Like like I said, I don't think you're missing out on anything by ditching these cups, by ditching these connections. I don't think they were well established in the first place. We were already feeling pretty lost within them. So whatever it is that we are picking up, okay, it's giving me hope. This little turtle is kind of giving me an island, the turtle with the island on its back, kind of vibes. So it's something that can carry an entire village on its back. This advice, this connection, this stability, whatever it is that's coming in and being offered is something strong enough that we could build on. Even though it floats and swims in the water. It's very cool. It's very cool. The amphibian city. I like it. So that's a whole new world. That's a whole new perspective. Have you tried hydroponics? Growing indoors instead of outdoors. About growing in water, like in the fish tanks, basically. Might be something to consider over the winter season. Maybe just growing some food indoors as an extra little piece of advice. I feel like we are coming to conclusion though. This journey, before it gets too muddled, let's give it some walls, some borders, some structures, and let it so come to pass. This new moon is an opportunity for us to progress through our journey, to transmute all of our judgments, verdicts, and determinations that we have made, and to begin our transformation. There's not always going to be clarity. As a matter of fact, we're going to be coming into this in the very opposite of clarity, and that is a pure fog of not really knowing what it is we're doing and just kind of sort of having to feel it out as we go. But the more that we practice, we learn how we can grow. And with every small victory and accomplishment, we will continue to move. There will be connections that come and there will be connections that go. And the ones that move between our hellos and goodbyes more seamlessly and easily are going to be the longer lasting connections, whether they are something stabilized that we can build on top of, or they are some establishment that we can always come back to. Those are the connections that are going to benefit the self just as much as the community. Do not hold one above the other, but to understand that each one holds its importance and its place, and having a mutual respect for all of those things. The perspective will shift in turn. What's good for all? What's good for self? How can we harmonize these things? These are the challenges that Scorpio season will bring us as we go and grow along. And it's going to be exciting, confusing, but all the while there is so much support and connection and so much value here to be offered out of any of those failures, destructions, losses, and hard times that the season can bring. It's all going to wrap up real nicely. That was just something terrible burning up in my throat. Just that's the transformation is something in there that really needs to come out. There it is. Emergence, Sleep Token. That song kept popping in and out and I never really caught it. We have reached our emergence. When we get to the end of this season, we will have something to come out with that will be productive, healthy, and strong, and will give us good directive. take the time, take the patience, invest in what is most valuable, and don't be afraid to turn away anything that just doesn't feel quite right. The Scorpio season is a great time for us to withdraw into self and make our circles a little bit smaller and a little bit more safe, secure, so that we can all have fun. All right. Thanks, kids. I hope you all have a fantastic moon, and we'll see you next time.